go through the players named on the roster?
Yeah, we can do that because we're live right now anyway. Hey, what's up, guys? It's a version of Off the Pace. I'm hearing myself a little bit, but it's all good. We are going to talk a little bit about Canada today. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, we'll talk about the roster, a few things we like and don't like about it, and we'll take it from there. As you can see, we have one of our people back that was actually on the episode last time. Want to reintroduce yourself?
Well, I'm Selena, and previously I was in here like a month ago. And since I've been way too busy, this is the first time I've been on since a month. And, well, today we're going to be talking about the Canadian roster and what my opinion is and all that.
Sounds good to me. I guess we could take it from the top. Let's just talk about your any surprises about this?
Well, personally, the whole speculation was if Dinah Matheson was going to get called up due to her ACL injury in October. And like with Lauren Sessamans, she was out for more than a year, so I was sort of expecting Matheson to be cut out, but I was actually a little bit surprised that she made the roster.
Yeah, I was really wondering that too, because when we talked to Spirit Spotlight, we were really trying to figure out whether or not when she was going to come back even for the Spirit. But now it seems like that I remember when reading up on it, that he was saying he wants her back at least on the roster for Caesar playing in the World Cup at some time. I'm just hoping that she doesn't rush it and hurt herself again. But what do you think? Did you want her on the roster? Or do you think she should have took some more time off?
Well, honestly, the starting three midfielders I would play would have been Matheson, Jessie Fleming, and Desiree Scott. Like those three are the starting midfielders for me. I mean, Kaylin Kyle's just too many mistakes when she's on the field, personally, from what I've seen in the last couple of games.
So Kaylin Kyle is more of a defensive player.
Well, actually, I think it was with Boston where she was playing defense and she got transferred to Seattle because she didn't like playing as a defender.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I had first initially saw her, I saw her as a defender more so than a midfielder, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also, you said Jessie Fleming. Do you want to see her out there starting?
Yeah, like out of all of the young players that are going to the World Cup, I personally think Jessie Fleming's the best. But that's sort of biased, but she is really good, though.
Yeah, she actually scored a good goal against Scotland, her first career goal of her national team career in the Cyprus Cup. So that was good to actually see her get her first goal and a little more confidence.
Yeah, she's had many chances too, so hopefully more to come in the group stages of the World Cup.
Yeah, I think it would be awesome to see someone that young starting. I think it's cool when teams actually call up their youth. We should take a page from that, but it's too late now.
Yeah, it's a little too late for that.
Right.
You know, made the roster. Should have been cut 2 years ago.
Yeah, so we'll take it for what it is, but that was pretty nice. Okay, let's go over some players you expect to have a good World Cup.
Okay, so I'm going to start with goalkeepers. Obviously, Erin's going to be the starting goalkeeper. I mean, like, she's one of the world's best. I won't say better than Nadine Angerer, but hope Solo's a little bit up there.
So your view is Erin McLeod is better than Nadine Angerer, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because I can't wait to see. Why is that though? Tell me your opinion on that.
I'm like watching Nadine with the Thorns. It's like she won the FIFA Player of the Year, and I don't see how she's won it in the last year. She saved 2 penalties in the Euro final, or whatever it was, and that's it. Not that she's good, but she's not the greatest, in my opinion.
Actually, a lot of people said that. They said that her Euro final kind of pushed her to, I guess, view where she was one of the top in the world, but it was just one good moment.
Yeah.
So that's understandable. So McLeod, would you think he's on par with Hope Solo almost, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, Hope Solo's the best, but I think Aaron's second best.
And there you have it, folks. We got a question for you right there. Like, that's good. The thing I kept hearing was a lot of people were torn on McLeod. They were saying LeBlanc should start, or McLeod is inconsistent. And how do you feel about McLeod?
Honestly, Aaron is like, so last year the Houston Dash had a terrible start of their season because they just joined. But I mean, like, to me, Aaron's better for the national team than she is in club, and vice versa for LeBlanc. Like Chicago, they called her the Lewa, I'm pretty sure, but for LeBlanc in the national team, I just don't see it happening. She's kind of gotten a little bit worse with the national team.
She's not a good national team player, in your opinion.
Well, she is, but I mean, like, I'd rather have LaBe start over LeBlanc if McLeod was unavailable.
Okay, yeah, because I really want to hear your opinion on the McLeod thing, because it just, like I said, every time when I've talked to Houston Dash fans like her, they seem like they're really taking to her. But then other fans around the league were just really saying some days she's on, some days she's not. But that's anybody.
No, I don't see that. I mean, like, other fans that aren't Houston Dash fans personally don't like McLeod for many reasons. Many for stupid reasons, like her pre-rep or whatever it was earlier. But again, in Houston, like, that defense was pretty weak. So I mean, like, if she's getting 20 shots in one game, like, chances are they're gonna score a few goals. So you can't really call inconsistent when your defense isn't that strong.
How does this defense look to you? I think a young player I'm looking out for on your defense is Kadisha Buchanan. I don't know how you rate her, but the few games I got to see, she looked pretty good.
Well, I personally, Buchanan was probably one of the best defenders, youngest defenders in the world right now. I mean, like, who she's had to face Wambach like twice now or 3 times.
Yeah.
And, like, well, Wambach's throwing out her antics, but I mean, like, she owned Wambach, and I'm pretty sure Buchanan can pretty much take on any forward right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, what is she, like 19 years old?
I think she's 19 or 20.
Okay, and what's her backstory? Is she playing pro right now or anything, or is she just in a college somewhere?
Well, she's in college right now. I think she's going to her second year. So I guess when she graduates, she'll be going to the NWSL or overseas.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice pickup because she seems like she's for a young player. She's pretty aggressive, but it's not over the top. I'm just hoping she doesn't end up with a red card or something this World Cup.
Actually, the one with the young player we have to worry about with the red cards is Jessie Fleming.
Really, Jessie Fleming?
Yeah, in her debut, she got a yellow card against the Brazilian, but for very few minutes she got her yellow card.
Oh, wow. I didn't know she was an aggressive player like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to look out for Jessie Fleming for the red cards. It's always going to be one.
Yeah,
also, what was that? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, like, the other defenders, personally, Emily Zur has been, like, the last few games she's played has been really good. And Lauren Sesselman will be a good addition, too, since we are missing her out. And the others, well, they're okay. Nothing else I can say.
So, Sesselman, you think you would see her as a starter in the background?
Yeah, you know what? I think she could start. I mean, Buchanan, Rianne, Sesselman, and who knows who else would start.
Mm-hmm. And then you're starting midfield.
It'd be what I said earlier. Desiree would be Diana and Jessie. But if not Diana, would probably have to be probably who is it? Sophie Schmidt.
Schmidt, yeah, I like Schmidt's game more actually. I think she's gonna have a pretty good World Cup, you know.
Yeah, but just D. Scott brings like the aggressive and defensive side to the game, and really holds down the Canadian midfield along with Schmidt and Matheson do also.
Yeah, and Matheson, you would like to see what she's good going forward, and she can spread out the play with her passes and stuff. So if she, but even she'd be coming off that injury, so I wouldn't expect that much out of her. I guess you would expect what Sophie would probably play that role more so right now.
Well, yeah, Sophie, and then the other two would be Fleming and D. Scott. Kaylin probably coming as a sub, but let's go with that.
And then up top, it's going to be Christine Sinclair, and do you have Adriana Leon next to her?
That's, you know what, Sinclair, Tancredi, and yeah, it would have to be Leon.
And how do you feel about her?
Leon, I think she's really young, and she has a lot to. She has to grow a little bit more in this right wing. I don't know which position she plays, but she needs to start scoring more for me. I mean, like, Canada hasn't scored a lot recently, and like Christine always goes back to the midfield, so it's up to the other two, and they're just not producing enough for me, for my liking.
Yeah, it does seem like it always tends to fall back on Sinclair when it comes down to scoring, but you can always rely on her. But the thing is, you guys do need to produce some other goal scorers. If say there's a day where she's just being marked and can't get anything done, or she just gets not on. So I agree with that.
Well, like it's pretty like easy to figure out that Canada's going to be giving the ball to Sinclair. Like any normal coach will figure that out. So the other two would have to step up majorly in the World Cup.
From Leon and the NWSL, I know a lot of people were high on her, but I didn't see much either. Like I saw, I guess, flashes. It seemed like a lot of people considered her to be was going to break out to be this top goal scorer. Did you see that in her, or are you more so hoping she ends up being that down the road?
I could see her in a couple of years being one of the top goal scorers. I mean, like Chicago has Kristen Press, so I mean, like Kristen Press is on a different level compared to Leon.
Yeah, and even right now, Jin Hoy is benefiting from Kristen Press's play, and I think she'll still do pretty good when Press gone to the World Cup.
Yeah, that's the thing with the NWSL teams. Like most of the national team players are gone, they all need to step up.
How do you think Portland's going to feel or play?
They have to rely on Mana Shim, which is not that bad, and Ali Long. You know, I hate to say it because I don't like Ali Long, but I think she could score goals. She definitely can when she plays an attacking role. So Portland's good in the attacking area.
And Ali Long's a good friend to the show. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, she sent one of our panelists sent her a few questions and she answered them. So we have to talk nice to Ali Long. So you have to like her now. You have to like her since you're on Off the Post, and she likes Off the Post again. But
sometimes Ali Long just don't let her defensive midfielder role, and we're good.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, everyone said, "Oh, she's going to get a yellow card." So that's understandable.
Yeah.
Let's see what else do we want to touch on with Canada. We talked about the young players. What do you think is a weakness of your team? Actually, that was one thing I really want to talk about.
The weakness is that they can't score. And they can't finish properly either. I mean, like during Japan, like the second they played actual really well game, but they can't finish. Like they have numerous shots, way more than Japan. The finishing's not there for the Canadians. They need to work on that. Other than that, it's fine to me.
So other than that, you think you guys have a pretty deep World Cup run? I'm guessing this becomes more of a World Cup preview a little bit. Maybe we'll have you on probably before the World Cup if your schedule frees up, but we could talk about it a little bit here. How good of a run do you see Canada actually making this year's World Cup?
Yeah, it's hard to explain for them.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I think Canada should have a decent run. I really think the emotion and energy they're going to feed off of is just playing in Canada. The crowd will push them real far. I told people I could see a nice semifinal run, and someone said I was crazy. So maybe it was just because I said it and not anyone else. But I actually still do see a good run. Then they'll run into a team where that emotion and energy kind of won't matter. They'll run out. So that's what I was thinking.
And that's the thing with, since it's in Canada, I mean, just because it's the Canadians and most of them are Canadians are going to be there, especially with USA and Sydney starting. USA is going to have to zone all that out, especially Sydney.
It's the nicest way to put it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not one of the Canadians that are pissed off at that still, but most of them still are, so that's just going to be a rough time for her.
So Sydney Leroux is coming into a hostile environment. You've been warned, and you probably already know, Sydney, if you checked your Twitter account, which I know you probably do regularly. Other than that,
she's already made a bad situation for herself regarding Seattle and the Flash.
Yeah, that was an issue. I think we talked about a little bit earlier on one of the episodes off the post about the whole issue with her and the Flash, and we didn't get to go in depth with it, as you all might have seen the little bit of the back and forths, I guess, on Twitter, even though it's not much of a back and forth, but we've seen the tweets.
Yeah.
Other than that, what was the one thing you wanted to talk about? Jerseys. How do you feel about Canada's jerseys this year?
They're actually really ugly. I mean, like, it's Umbro, so I don't like Umbro at all. I'm more of a Nike or Adidas.
Same here.
On the jerseys. And like that white strip, it's just put in words, it's not appealing to me. I probably won't be getting that jersey. The 2014 ones should be the World Cup jerseys.
Do you like how Canada does at least try to stay with a traditional color of red and white? Because as you can see with us, we'll stray away from tradition.
The green socks and the away jersey with color printed out and it started dying.
Yeah, don't remind me about that thing.
Yeah.
So I will be buying the blue one in the near future. As you can see, the white one I will have to consider it. I think I'll buy one and probably just give it away as a prize or something on off the post. Hopefully someone can fit a men's shirt. If not, I'll buy a female one for you guys, because I don't know how I'm. It's nice, but I don't know if I'm a fan of it. It's one of those type of things.
Yeah, the away jersey is more appealing than the home jersey to me. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure the logo is gray for you guys, and then those yellow green socks. I don't see how green involves anything with America.
The dollar bill, y'all. That's about it. That's the only thing I could think of. I got nothing else. Well, I think that's. Yeah, everything with Canada. We've touched all the good topics.
Yeah.
I guess I can push. We'll push next week's show real quick if you don't mind. Guys, check out. Next week we have off the court. Well, not next week. At the end of this week, it's Sunday, 6 p.m. We'll have an episode on the Chicago Red Star Spotlight, but we'll also review all the NWSL games on Saturday. You know me as DJ. Make sure to sub to the channel if you get the chance, and check us out on Facebook or Twitter during the week, because we will be having many questions of the day, and I'm trying to think of something cool to give away within the next couple of weeks, because I think that would be nice. We're definitely going to give something away during the World Cup. We already got that planned, so we'll tell you that at the end of May. Other than that, is there anything you want to say about Canada to these fans real quick?
Canada's going to win the World Cup. That's all I got to say.
What would you do if they won the World Cup? How would you feel? Just nuts? You'd be out in the streets partying?
Yeah, and you know what? Especially since we're talking about Twitter here, there's a lot of people that don't like Canada on my Twitters, and so it'd be fun to rub it in their faces if Canada wins the World Cup. But I'm sure if Canada at the group stage again, well then I'm pretty sure I'll get some hate on the comment about Canada winning the World Cup then.
All I'm going to say is you'll always be welcome to the show, but I won't be on Twitter if they win the World Cup, because I don't want to see you gloating in everyone's faces, and I probably get dragged to it somehow. Say something, Dwayne. Say something. So other than that, you can cheer and celebrate all you want. I just won't be there to see it if you guys win it. How's that sound?
Deal.
All righty. Thanks, guys, for checking out this episode of Off the Post Up North. Surely we'll get her back when her schedule clears up a little bit better. I would like to have her doing the World Cup to say the Canadian point of view, probably of the U.S. women's national team, or just us giving our point of view of the Canada's national team. With to get her along with me as we just discussed these things. Either way, I had a good time. She had a good time as always. We'll see you guys again. Check us out at the end of the week and take care.